Hi, I'm Suzanne. You may have seen me around college. We're Sportsability training and we're training providers. So we provide all the courses, fitness courses to the industry. So if you wanted to be a gym instructor, we do that. If you wanted to do exercise to music, we do that. We've got a whole range of courses, including mental health awareness as well. So that might be something that you're considering looking at. However, we are currently working with Wyke and we hope to do that next year as well. So this year our BTEC students, they've been doing their level 2 gym instructors course and they're all just literally qualifying now and coming to the end of that program. Some of them are hoping to go on to the level 3 personal training next year in their second year of study. So that's a progression that's there for you. So if you're thinking about coming to Wyke on the BTEC, there is that opportunity available to you to actually do that level 2 gym instructors as part of your enrichment. It's a great opportunity for you and allows you to work in gyms and obviously earn while you're studying. Some of our students have actually gone on and they've done their level 3 PT and moved on to university and now in a great position because they're earning and doing something that they really love while they're studying. It's also the opportunity for you to start your career. So it might be something that you're looking at is to be working in the gyms and the fitness industry. And again, this is a great opportunity. These courses are offered at a really, really reduced price. So it's a great time for you to do that.
Hi, I'm Sian Kerry. I studied at Wyke Sixth Form College. I studied Applied Sciences, Psychology and PE, and because I enjoyed the PE course so much, I then went on to study Sport Development at Northumbria University. Alongside my studies there, I also completed a level 2 gym instructor's qualification and a level 3 personal trainer's qualification through Sportsability in Hull. These qualifications have also helped me to secure a job working in a gym in Newcastle while I complete my studies at Northumbria. Today I'm going to do a short HIIT workout which you can do 2 or 3 times round to make it more intense, but I'm just going to do it once round and the intervals are going to be 4 to 5 seconds work and 15 seconds rest. So first exercise, do some squats. Got to make sure you're going nice and deep. Making sure my knees are just over my feet. And my back is staying nice and straight. Keeping my chest upright, not letting my chest drop forwards. And 15-second rest. The next exercise will be jacks. So it's jumping feet apart and hands reaching up to the top. So I've got to make sure you get the full range of motion. Getting your hands reaching up to the top together. And keep going all the way through for the full 45 seconds. If you want to make it harder, you can put your feet further apart or do them faster. And another 15-second rest. Give yourself a minute to catch your breath, ready for the next exercise, which will be alternate lunges. So lunge forward onto one leg, back, and then onto the other. Trying to get your knees at a right angle. And bend your arms with the opposite leg. Making sure you're getting deep enough. Back knee going to the floor. Make sure the front knee isn't going too far over your foot. Try to keep it in line with your ankle. And this is the last rest before the final exercise of this block, which is, there's 2 more exercises of this block. Lateral lunges next. So that's similar to the alternate lunges, just to the side. You can make it harder by stepping further out to the side. Like with the squats, you need to try and keep your chest up so you don't lean too far forwards and lose balance. Now the final rest before the last exercise of this block, which will be high knees. You need to aim to get your knees up to about hip height. And try to keep going at the same pace. Don't slow down. Keep your knees high, don't let them drop. Keep working all the way through to the 45 seconds. And I'll take a short break, get some water. So now that you've had a minute to rest, get your breath back and have a drink, we're going to go on to the next block of exercises, which are more ab based. So the first exercise is an ab crunch. So you're going to lie on your back, knees up, hands to your ears, and crunch up. So it's not a full sit-up, it's about halfway. So you feel it more in your upper abdominals here. And another 15-second break now before we go into push-ups. These are going to be with your hands wide this time. Okay, so hands wide apart. Trying to maintain a straight line between your back, your legs and your feet. Don't let your hips drop or your bum go up. If you need a regression, you can go onto your knees, but still keeping a straight line. Or stay on your feet if you can. "15-second rest before we go into a bicycle crunch, but this time instead of a full bicycle crunch, we're going to keep your feet on the floor. So like in your crunch position, feet on the floor, and lift the opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Lifting your shoulder off the floor. Fifteen seconds rest before we go into mountain climbers. So back in your press up position, running with your knees coming to your chest. Try to keep a straight back like you did with the press ups. And now 15-second rest before reverse ab curls. So it's similar to crunch, but the other way round. So you're crunching your lower body up. You can do this with bent legs like this, or you can straighten your legs out further to make it harder. And now we've got another rest to get a drink, catch your breath again before the progressions. So after you've had that break and you've given yourself a drink and time to get your breath back, we're going to go into the next group of exercises, which are going to be like your first ones, but instead of a squat, we're first going to do a squat jump. So should look like this. So like your squat, you should get nice and low still, keeping your chest up and pushing your hips forward, except at the top you need to be explosive and jump up. You don't have to do them consecutively, you can have a break in between like this if you struggle with it. Now we've got another 15-second break. The next exercise is a progression of the jacks, which are going to be power jacks. So similar to your jacks, which were like this, your power jacks, you're going to sink lower and wider, almost into a squat, and get your feet wider, still making sure your hands reach together at the top. Like this. You do them as fast or as slowly as you like, keeping your chest up still. And if you want to make it harder, get deeper into the squat and get your feet even wider apart. Okay, another 15-second rest. The next exercise is going to be jump lunges, similar to your alternating lunges, but trying to jump from one leg to the other. So you'll jump from one leg lunge straight into the other leg. So like this. If you find the impact difficult to go straight from one to the other, You can jump from one to the middle and then to the other leg. Or again, you can just stick with the lunges from before. Or number 2, stop in the middle. Still trying to keep the right angle of your knee in the lunge. So we've got a 15-second rest again. Next exercise is lateral balance. This is a progression of your lateral lunges. So it's bounding from side to side. So your lunges were like this. You're going to bound from one leg to the other. You can keep the other leg as a stabilizer. Bound side to side. Obviously try and bound further apart if you want to make it harder for yourself, or if you can't go too far, just keep it narrow. And still, if you struggle with the impact, you can stick with the lateral lunges. But if you can, bound. Okay, 15 seconds rest, and on to the last exercise of this group, which is tuck jumps. This is a progression of your high knees from before, where you got your knees up to your hips. This time, instead of one knee then the other, jump both knees up to about hip height if you can. If you put your hands here as a target for your knees to hit. If you want to make this harder, you can try and do them faster, one after the other. Or if you struggle, you can have a short break in between. So consecutive, or and that's the end of the third block. Have another rest and a drink, and we'll get on with the next one. So going on to the fourth and final group of exercises now. Progressions of the ab exercises. So the first one is going to be a full sit-up. So similar to the ab crunch, hands by your ears, knees up, and a full sit-up, bringing your chest all the way up to your thighs. So instead of just targeting your upper abs like the crunch, this will be your full abdominals. Now we've got a 15-second rest before our progression of the push-up. Instead of your hands wide apart, this time we're going to have a narrow hand placement. So this uses your triceps more. Making sure you've still got the straight line through your back, your legs to your feet. So this one with the narrow placement works your triceps and the back of your arms here. And again, if you need a regression, you can go onto your knees and it still works the same areas. Second rest before we go on to the next exercise, which is the full bicycle crunch. So it's going to be a bit faster than the one we did before, using the full leg movements this time. So before we had our feet on the ground, this time your legs are going to be stretched out and you bring your leg all the way up. You can either do it slowly like this and rest your heels on the floor, or if you want to make it harder, you can lift your legs up and go faster like this. So again, that's too too challenging for you, you can slow it down and still get the full range of motion here, or slow down with your feet raised off the ground. "15-second rest, and then onto mountain climbers progression. I'm just going to move and put my feet on the patio for this one, because I found on the last mountain climbers my feet slipped on the grass. So these ones, instead of just bringing your knees straight up, you're going to cross over the body. So bringing your knee to the opposite elbow. And if you find that too challenging, you can either go back to the original mountain climbers, or still crossing your body, but just slow it down and step it like this. 15-second rest, and then onto the final exercise, which is the reverse ab curl again, but this time getting more range of motion by getting your feet to touch down on the ground. So on your back again, like before, you can do this with your legs bent, so touch the ground and then up, touch the ground and up, or you can straighten your legs out a bit more to make it even more challenging. Again, you can bend your knees if it's too challenging. Thank you for watching and taking part in my 20-minute HIIT workout. I hope you enjoyed it. However, I'm aware I may have looked more tired out in some parts of the videos than others. This is because of some technical difficulties and having to do several takes, but we got there in the end. Stay fit and healthy.